Only Christopher Nolan can make a movie as epic as the actual book. All right, what's up, everybody? So, this is my reaction to the Christopher Nolan movie coming up, The Odyssey. The trailer just dropped yesterday, and I was completely blown away. At the same time, enjoying the things that you automatically expect from a Christopher Nolan movie. You know, the bigness of it all, those sweeping camera shots, the practical effects that you know is there because it looks and feels real instead of, a green screen type of effect. Like all of that is, par for the course when it comes to a Christopher Nolan movie. And there were some things that really surprised me about it. I was really taken aback by somehow still being able to feel like the story is relatable. You know, there's a moment where Matt Damon's character says that like nothing is going to keep me from coming home, and you kind of know the story whether you've read the books or not. And I'm talking about the Iliad and the Odyssey because they're companion pieces basically. So you kind of know of the Trojan War and then Odysseus, sailing home and then takes, I think it was like 20, 25 years, I forget exactly, to get home and all of the things that he encounters along the way and what is happening at home while all this is going on. And having read the book, I read it a long time ago in college, and there was always like a distance, like, okay, I know this is important. I know like the psychological battle that is going on with Odysseus as he is just trying to make it home to his wife and son. But at the same time, it's like, okay, this happened thousands of years ago, like all these mythological figures, the Cyclops, the sirens, and all that jazz. It was just like, okay, cool, but not relatable in any way, not grounded in something that feels familiar. But this automatically did. And then maybe it has to do with, over the last 20, 25 years, there's been a lot of wars going on in the world. And having grown up in the States and having friends in the military and then, hearing from them what it feels like to come back home, I already can kind of imagine everything that Odysseus goes through in the story. That's what kind of happens in their head as they're making their way back home in some way. So that I got that feeling watching the trailer. And the other thing that truly surprised me, and it was surprising me for like such a random reason, but hearing everyone, and when I say everyone, I mean like Matt Damon, Charlize Theron, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, all the characters, that appear and speak in the trailer, speak with an American accent. That's not a normal thing for a period piece of any kind, unless you're doing something that has to do with the United States. But why would anyone else before that have an American accent? Accents have changed here and there, depending on, what the director is going for. But if it's something pre the existence of the United States of America, nobody's going to have an American accent. And so that kind of helped with the grounding of it, at least for me. Especially there's this one moment where Tom Holland's character says to Robert Pattinson's character, like, my dad is coming home. Like, I don't remember a single period piece I've ever seen where the son refers to their father as dad. It's always my father. There's this kind of formal designation given to a parent, just like you're never going to hear the word mom, in a period piece. It's always father and mother. So I thought these were like very almost minor decisions that have a big impact. At least it did for me. I don't know how you guys felt when you watched the trailer, but when I noticed that, especially with actors who are not American, like Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland, I'm like, whoa, what happened with this particular choice? Like, what went through Christopher Nolan's mind when he finally decided, like, everyone's going to have an American accent, And for me, at least, growing up in the States, it really helped make it feel familiar and not something distant, And if you can do that with something as epic as the Odyssey, then, Christopher Nolan is once again showing that he is the master of storytelling in the world of cinema. And I look forward to seeing it in July. What about you guys? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.